Thank you for putting the warning up, my babes. Appreciate it. Can you hear me all right? Oh, she's gone now. Sometimes I've seen 2 people chatting in the comments, but it only shows 1. It's madness.
Yeah.
Either way, we'll leave it till like 2 minutes past, and
Yeah.
it's there, you know. How's your husband? You all right?
As what? Hubby.
Yeah, how's your husband?
Yeah, it's fine. He's watching Coronation Street.
Tell him I said hi.
I will. I told him to leave me alone for about an hour.
No, yeah. Just so you can have a talk in it. Hey, Lucy, how are you, my lovely? Thank you. Hi, Samantha. Samantha, you need to get your ass on YouTube with me. Do your story, babes. Or anyone else? Hope everyone is well. I'm hoping everyone can hear us. If someone could just let me know that the sound is all good. Yeah, I think it's all right. So we'll start anyway.
Yeah.
Hi guys. As you know, I'm Ginge or Theresa. Started this about mental health YouTube. I suffer with ADHD, autism, EUPD, split personality, and dissociative personality disorder. Also came on here to listen to other people's stories, try and help them. Tracey's already done part 1, which is uploaded. If you want to go and have a look regarding her childhood, what she went through, and it was pretty bad. Obviously she's got a good life now. So yeah, she left off with how her sister basically took custody of her daughter, made up lies. And thank you, Samantha. And yeah, today we're going to do part 2. So, Trace, if you want to introduce yourself, anyone that's new here.
Hi, I'm Tracey. I'm married, 62, got 4, well, supposed to have 4 kids. But I'm just going to really get into it now because there's quite a bit and I want to get finished. So we'll get into it. As you know, my sister took my daughter, but when she was 11, she took her to school and she phoned the headmaster and said she don't want her. So the headmaster had to phone me and asked me to come and collect her. So I got her back at 11, just the age where she didn't want her, because that's the age where they start playing up and rebelling.
Yeah.
They know everything. Right, so I had her back, and then in 2008, my stepdaughter Chloe, she got abused by her stepdad, so social services took her and brought her to us. So we had her living with her. I got on really well with her. Me and her were like glue. We really did get on. Then she got a flat with my daughter Charlene, had a flat together, and they had a boyfriend and that. And Charlene come up to me and said, my boyfriend's in court. If you don't take him in, he's going to go to prison. Can you do it? I said, I don't even know him. But I couldn't see anybody going to prison. So I said, okay. I went to Rugby because it was in Rugby court. I went there and I spoke to the solicitor. All this time I hadn't mentioned anything to Lee because I didn't know what was going on. So when we was in court, he was going to get 12 months. But they said to me that the solicitor told the judge that I was prepared to take him in. And they agreed with it.
Yeah.
So he couldn't go to Charlene and Chloe's flat. Then he needed a responsible adult. So he come to live with us. And Charlene and Chloe were there. Anyway, in the meantime, Charlene and Chloe decides they want to go to live in Skegness.
Oh, love.
By this time, Charlene had got a little boy, Brooklyn. He was,
Oh.
5 months old, and Chloe was pregnant. They come up to us and they said, we want to move to Skegness. We found a flat. And Lee said, before you go there, I want to get it checked out.
Yeah.
So me and Lee, we drove up to Skegness early one morning. We checked the flat out. It was a 1-bedroom, quite a big flat. So we come back. We got back about 11 o'clock at night, and they said, "What did you think?" And Lee said, "It's all right." Yeah, he said, "I'll put a deposit down for you." It was only £90 a week.
Oh, that's all right.
Private rented, so it was good, and it was right by the beach, by the pier. So we said we put a deposit, and they said, "When can we go?" And Lee went, "Well, it's ready now." And she said, "Can we go now then?" He said, "You're not going at 11 o'clock at night."
No, yeah.
He said, 2 girls driving, because my daughter could drive, two girls driving through country lanes. What happens if you break down?
Yeah, no,
And
yeah.
they said, "We got breakdown." I said, "No. What happens if you break down? How are you going to describe where you are in a country lane?"
Anything
He said,
can
"No."
happen.
Yeah, he said, "No." So we got Charlene's car keys off and we got the flat keys and we hid them so they couldn't nip out in the middle of the night. So next morning they wanted to go, and they said to us, "Can you watch Brooklyn? And we'll go." And then
and that's the 5-month-old baby, yeah?
Yeah. Chris was the father, so he was living with us as well. So can you look after Brooklyn and bring him up at the weekend? And we said, yeah. So they went off. They got there. They phoned me and they said, the sink's blocked. Lee said, well, what do you want me to do about it? Well, how do we unblock it? Well, phone the landlord, get him out. Oh, we don't know what to do. Can you phone the landlord? Jesus. So anyway, we phoned the landlord and we told him to go and get it done. He did. Then we had another phone call the next day. "Dad, if you and Tracey don't come and live here, you can't see the grandkids ever again." He says, "Chloe, we've got a house, we've got a mortgage. You know, we've just had it all done up. I mean, we'd had a conservatory, we had a big kitchen with an island in it. We'd had a bathroom upstairs, a shower room downstairs. We'd had a porch. We had the whole house redone. Plus, we'd got a mortgage." And we said, "How can we sell our house that quick?"
Get up and move, like. And that's
blackmail. Oh, they've sorted it. They said, "We've phoned somebody and they're going to pay your mortgage off for you." So we said, "Well, what about money over?" You know what I mean?
Samantha just said it's emotional blackmail. Samantha just said, Jen, that was emotional blackmail.
Oh, it definitely was. But because we wanted to see the grandkids, we done it. So what we done, we sold it for no profit whatsoever. It cost us $475 for the removals. Plus because we were moving from a big 3-bedroom house to a flat.
Sorry. Yeah.
A flat, we had to get rid of everything. But in the meantime, we'd still got Brooklyn because they didn't want him up there because they were sorting the flat out, as they said.
You can't just dump your child because you're sorting the flat. Like,
I know. No. So anyway, we had Brooklyn. Chris was there because he's the dad, so I weren't too worried. So we got up there, and there was me, Lee. We were in the living room. Chloe, Charlene, and Brooklyn was in the 1-bedroom, and Chris, because it's a massive kitchen, it had got a sofa in it. Chris slept there. All just 2 dogs in a 1-bedroom flat.
So that's 4 people. 2 dogs in a one-bedroom flat.
5 adults.
Wow.
This was Charlene, Chloe, Chris, me, and Lee, and Brooklyn, and the 2 dogs.
How did you do it? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, we were in Skegness. 16 days later, Chloe had Taylor,
Oh.
baby. So we went. Charlene had took her to the hospital. So again, we had Brooklyn. Then we went up the hospital to see Chloe. And bearing in mind, she'd only had him about 2 hours ago. We went up there. She's on the computer, on her laptop. I says, "Where's the baby?" She went, "I don't know." "What do you mean you don't know? I think the nurses might have took him." She's on her laptop. I said, "Well, shouldn't you be looking after your baby rather than go, yeah, but I've got to tell my friends."
Yeah, but that's not important. What's important,
Exactly.
baby's just important.
Exactly.
Skin contact, breastfeeding, whatever you. It's like a
No,
shit
she was
on
bottle
a
feeding,
computer.
but anyway, 13 months later, Dad, we want to move back to Coventry. So we had sold our house, made no money whatsoever, and
Nothing.
had to move back to Coventry. So Lee and Charlene came down, sorted an estate agent, and we got a house. So we all moved back to. Don't forget, we had to have the removals again,
Wow.
but because they lived in a flat, the removal van went to theirs first. They left us no room to put our stuff.
No, yeah.
So what we had to do, we had to come back, and we done 4 journeys in a row, straight after each other. All night we were running back to Skegness to get our stuff because there was no room in the removals.
How far was Skegness from you? Just out of curiosity, was it far? I don't know how far that is from Coventry.
150 miles
Oh wow. So back, 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 and back.
back and back. We done it and back again. Done it 4 times, so we had 8 journeys.
That's like 12 hours driving.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
All
But
because they threatened you not to see the
we
grandkids
had to do it because we had to get our stuff.
and see the grandkids, wasn't it? Because obviously you knew
Yeah,
if you didn't go back to Coventry, they'd threaten you again.
exactly. So anyway, we got this house, and after about 3 months, I said to Lee, "I can't hack this no longer. I cannot hack it with them girls. You know, they're letting the boys run around, do what they want. Well, not run around because they were like crawling, but
Yeah.
they were letting them do basically what they wanted." I said, "No, I can't stand that." So he went back to his estate agent, and we said, "Have you got a property just for us?" And he'd got a 2-bedroom house. So we took it, moved in. We was in there about 2 months, and a knock at the door late at night. It was about 11 at night. I was upstairs asleep. Well, not asleep. I was ready to go to sleep. And I heard him shout, "Trace, come here. I think I broke my nose." Oh, boy, he was only watching a film. How can he break his nose by watching the film?
Yeah.
So I came down. He'd been stabbed.
Stabbed.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
this is your husband. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So
I thought this was a different scenario you was on about then, because I know this one, and then I thought it
yeah,
was a scenario. Sorry.
yeah. He opened the door and he got stabbed. The house was like a horror movie. It really was. He put his towel round his neck because he got stabbed in the neck 5 times in the head.
Oh no.
He got beaten. But he'd gone running after the guy. I said, "You can't do that." The
No, yeah.
adrenaline got to him. So anyway, the police and the ambulance come, everything. They took him to a hospital. Uh, then they said, "We've seen a lad round the corner. We'll go after him." So they went after him. It was him. It took 5 police, 2 dogs, and 2 tasers to put him down.
Wow.
He hadn't been on drugs. He hadn't been drinking. All
Just
they can, all they can say was like he was schizophrenic.
Mm.
So anyway, he was in hospital. He had his emergency operation at 3 in the morning. Come home 5 days later, and the hospital had missed all his stab wounds in his head. They were still open because he got in the bath, and I had got cotton warm water to wash this blood off his head. I said, "All your stab wounds are open."
How
So
did
it
they
was
miss that?
I don't know. So
That could have got
I
infected, and he could have died.
know, yeah.
Wow.
So we go in the hospital, and they said, "Well, there's nothing we can do now because it's been
Yeah.
over 5 days."
No. Yeah.
Okay, it's been over 5 days, so we just had to basically keep it clean, and we got antibiotics off the doctor, and
Is
then
that
what?
is that the infection out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and then following on. How long was it after you got stabbed that the infection in your
Sam,
hydrocele?
yeah, Sam. They missed the wounds. That's madness. It is.
It was a few years after that that he got a hydrocele. You know what one is? It's like water down below, and it blows up like a balloon. So he had to go and have it drained in hospital.
Bless him.
But they seen something that didn't look right, so we took it out, and it was an 11 centimetre tumour in his testicle, and it
Oh,
was cancerous. So he had to have that removed. Yeah, so he had that removed. But he was all right about it. Then,
like that's awful. Sorry, I had to check on COVID. Then sorry, that's awful. Go in there with something that you think is so small, and then they pull out 11-inch tumor.
yeah,
Is
yeah,
madness? Because with cancer and tumors, you don't feel the pain. Sometimes they always say, "Oh, you're not in pain if you've got it to start with." So obviously,
exactly,
he anything was wrong. He thought it was just the
exactly.
water. Bless him.
Yeah. So anyway, he had radiotherapy and everything, and that cleared up. He was on the um, recall for 5 years.
Hmm.
Then 2 years after that, they found he'd got penile cancer. So there's only 2 doctors in Britain that can do it. One's in Bristol and one's in Leicester.
Mm.
So we went to Leicester General.
Yeah.
He had to have part of his penis removed.
Yeah.
And that was cancerous again. So he had that. Then they were keeping an eye on him. He had radiotherapy again. And your radiotherapy is like 3 weeks. It lasts for 3 weeks,
Yeah.
5 days. You get Saturday and Sunday off. Then a bit later on, he had lymph node round here, lymph node cancer. But this time it was a bit regressive. So he had to have chemotherapy and radiotherapy.
Bless him.
Yeah.
Sam just
And
comment. Sorry, Sam just made a comment. Then she said, "Then the psychological effects of feeling less than a man." That's exactly
yeah,
what.
exactly. Exactly. But all this is affecting my mental health as well because I'm worried about him.
Mm.
So I'm not too good at this time.
I mean, you've
So we
just
thought,
him get stabbed a few years previous, like a murder scene. He's got over that, and now also as his partner, you've got to deal with for a second time round. Is he going to live? Is he going to get through this? So I can imagine
exactly.
like affected you as well as him.
Yeah. So anyway, we had to keep going to Leicester to have checks. Luckily, Coventry to Leicester is only about an hour away.
Yeah.
So we were having to go there. Then he went to Leicester for his MRI scan, and they found something, but they didn't know what it was in his kidneys.
Again.
Yeah, but this time we were in the middle of moving to Somerset.
Mm.
So they said they would transfer us to Bristol Hospital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, Bristol's like an hour and a half from where we are.
Mm.
So when the MRI results come through, it was cancer, kidney cancer.
No.
And he'd need, what they were doing, there's a new thing come out called cryoablation. And what it is, they don't open you up. They just, you're asleep, but they stick one big needle in your kidneys,
Yeah.
and they freeze it. So they freeze all the cancer, so it kills it.
Okay.
And apparently that's 90% accurate.
No,
So
that
that's
like a keyhole surgery, similar to that, where they don't open you up.
similar, but it's still opening you up with keyhole, isn't it?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Of course.
This isn't. It just puts a thin needle and it freezes it, and the cancer dies off.
Okay.
So
But even being 90%, it's still worrying mentally and emotionally for you both, because you're like, well, what about that 10%? Are you going to be that unlucky person that doesn't get through this? No.
exactly. So we had to go to Bristol because this cryoablation, they only do one a month because it's so expensive, and there's only one doctor that can actually do it. They only do one a month. So they booked him in for the June to have it done. He got prepared and everything for surgery. We stopped at a B&B. Well, it was a pub we stopped at that they have rooms. And by this time we'd got the dog with us. So we stopped at the B&B. He had to go to the hospital for a pre-op.
Mm.
When he got there, the doctor weren't there. They couldn't find him. He'd gone on holiday,
Oh,
not
wow.
told anyone.
Wow. Very
So
professional.
that was a waste of journey. Plus, we had to pay £122 for 2 nights.
And it's put life at risk. If
Yeah,
that you have
yeah,
monthly, what if it was a week late or 2 days late? That could have changed everything. That could have been that
exactly,
percent.
exactly. So we come home and they said, right, there isn't another one till July. Okay, so we got it all booked in again. We went to the B&B, the same one, because he gave us a bit of a discount. Because
Yeah.
the hospital was only like 1 minute away from there. When he gets in there, he's on the operating table ready to be knocked out. The gas hadn't turned up. The gas turned up, the nitrogen gas or something that they use turned up, but the bottles were empty, so they couldn't do it.
What the
They
fuck?
sent they sent empty bottles.
Oh, wow.
Shouldn't the hospital have checked that before?
Yeah, 100%. So you're on holiday, so you got to pay even more money, which they should have refunded you technically, expenses. And then when you do go to do it, it's an empty bottle. Like,
Yeah,
so life's at risk here. Like, do
they
you know what
needed 3 bottles and all 3 were empty.
Wow.
So he phones me, he says, I'm ready to be picked up. I said, I only dropped you about half an hour ago. He said, I'll tell you when you get here. So he told me. So we went back home again.
It's
Another wasted journey. And they were doing it on the 16th of August.
I've gone from
So,
July to August.
so we booked into the same B&B. He went for his up, and he actually had the hop in 16th of August.
Okay,
two
good.
years, 2 years ago it was, only 2 years ago that he had it.
Yeah, not long.
Uh, um, Everything worked out fine. He came back I picked him up, come back to the B&B. We had a meal at night in the pub. And on the 18th of August, just as we were going to go home, the dog died because the dog
Oh,
was with her.
oh,
Well,
so,
she weren't actually dead, but she was more or less. So we rushed up to the PDSA and we said to them that we've got the dog and she's about nearly dead, she's hardly breathing. But she was an epileptic and that as well. So
I didn't even know dogs could be epileptic.
yeah, she had a heart problem as well.
Bless her. Oh,
Um, yeah, so the PDSA said, "What do you want us to do?" And we said, "Well, can you? She's got to be put to sleep because she's not going,
yeah, not strong enough.
and she won't live. She can't even stand up. She won't live." And they said, "Well, we're not doing it. We're a charity." I said, "We don't want a charity. We'll pay. We've got money. We'll pay."
Yeah,
No, can't do that. They said, "Go to the pets at home at the top of the street and they'll do it."
as if
Yeah,
it's not. It's a bloody dog. Do you know what I
I
mean? Like,
know. Yeah,
you, I don't know, a tadpole or a fish. It's
yeah,
like a
she's
dog.
like our baby. It's like our baby. So anyway, because we had her 16 years,
Yeah.
so we went to Pets at Home and we explained what had happened, and they were really, really good with us. And they said she's not going to last another half an hour.
No. Yeah.
So they put the stuff in to put her to sleep, and she took 2 mil and she was gone.
Oh.
Where she should have took 10, but only took 2 mil and she was gone.
Oh.
Well, you
It
can
was.
imagine
It
we
was
broke our hearts. We broke our hearts. We're thinking he's just had his operation. Now she's passed away. And we had to come home without her. We took her with us and come home without her. It was just horrible.
no.
But Lee's had scans now. He had a scan last Tuesday.
Yeah.
But we're waiting for the result on that. But the thing is, like he said, he's lucky because he's alive.
So I'm touching wood for that scan for you, and I'm sending you.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know what happens when it comes through. But it was last Tuesday he had the scan. So hopefully, touch wood,
So
is
I'll
cancer free.
I'll let you all know as well, guys. I'll do a little shorts on live when I know what the results are, just to let you know if he's all right. But he will be.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's cancer free now, hopefully. So we're just living our life. So we've got a better life now, both of us. We don't have nothing to do with the girls.
Yeah.
And I know it's horrible, but we haven't got an animal now. It's just me and him. We can come and go when we please.
Yeah.
And like he said, we've got a better life now than we've ever had.
Exactly. It's just the two of you. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and obviously you're older, not old, but you're older, and it's just time to chill and relax and do
Well,
you.
that's it.
Been
Yeah.
through so much.
I mean, he's 4 years younger than me, so he's not 60 till next year. But
But
yeah, we're both living the life of luxury now.
went through so much as a child, so much as a
Yeah,
teenager. Everything you went through was bloody heartbreaking. Then you
yeah,
had kids, then they were basically kidnapped, and then as soon as they turned that, they got chucked straight back to you. Then your partner got stabbed. A couple of years later, you got cancer. Like, it's madness. Everything you've both been through.
yeah. 4 cancers: testicular, penile, lymph node, and kidney.
Wow. Well,
What
listen,
more can a bloke
he's
go through?
a fighter. Like he's still here to this day. So
Yeah,
I know it's going to be fine. I've got a good feeling about the scan. It's absolutely fine.
yeah, I'm me.
You're living your life. You're doing you now. That is the you're happy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's my life.
That's Tracy's life, guys, and she
Yeah.
suffers from depression, don't you, Trace? You're on tablets for that.
Yeah. Oh, I've been on tablets since 1988. Depression,
Yeah,
anxiety, and mental health is bad.
yeah,
I still get anxiety in that now.
yeah. Of course,
He's
anxiety would never go away.
he's got social phobia. He doesn't like.
Okay.
mixing with people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
he's got mental health as well. Well, what he's been through, I'm not surprised.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Someone just, Samantha said, someone else had obviously put, "You're brave. Thank you for sharing your story."
Mm.
Um, and you've also got us. Um, and it's an amazing inspirational story. And also a mental health team keep discharging. Oh, her mental health team keep discharging her. Do you know what
Well,
it is? Mental health. They don't help the way they should. You know. Oh, someone just said you look like you're in your 30s, Trace, not 60.
oh, thank you, thank you.
Add Samantha. But guys, thank you for all the comments. Have been so lovely to trace. So all respectful. Thank you. If anyone's got any questions,
I'm here
ask.
to answer them.
She's there. It was shorter today, guys, only because it was part two and it wasn't as much.
Yeah,
But it's still lovely to hear your story, even for half an hour, just to listen to. You know,
yeah, that's
when
right.
anyone has got any questions, ask away. I appreciate you all coming in to watch. And no trolls for a change.
Mm. Well, I've been to every single appointment he'd had with the clinic, X-ray, CT scan, MRI, operations. I've been to every single one. I've backed him 100% because
No,
that's
yeah,
what he needs. We've
no,
only got each other now because I don't talk to none of my family.
no, yeah. Sometimes that's
Um,
the way though, because it's just stressful. There's ag. There's
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't need the crap. So it's just us two now. We've got a lovely bungalow,
oh,
and we're happy.
I'm
So
glad.
both of our lives have turned out better.
No, yeah, 100%. And I'm so glad that you're similar to me. I went through all that shit. Not as bad,
Yeah, you
but
did.
and then
Yeah,
I
you did.
realised it can work. Whether you've got mental health, addiction, whether you've been through abuse, it is possible to turn your life around, a 360-degree turn, even if you have to do it 10 times over. If you get there,
Exactly.
that's amazing.
I mean, people are young and they think, "Oh, we're never going to get over this," but you can get over it.
No, yeah, 100%,
You
babe.
have to. You have to work with it. It won't just go. You
Mm,
need to work with it.
and that's what you've done. You've done
Yeah.
amazing.
We've both
Uh,
had counselling. We've had a lot of counselling from Macmillan. They're really
oh,
good. They are. But what he's going to do is going to do a sponsor for men's health because there's nothing out there. Do you know
no.
there's only 35 people in the whole world that have had penile cancer
Oh, wow. And he was one of them.
and they've got no support or nothing out there. They've asked him to do support, but he said he would, but we've got no information on it. So where do we start? But he's going to do a sponsor for men's health. And if there's any men out there watching, make sure you check yourself
No, yeah.
because
100%.
men don't. I know women check their breasts and that to see if they've got lumps, but men don't think to check themselves.
No, of course they don't.
And I think they should.
Yeah.
They should check because if he hadn't have had that operation, that hydrocele, he wouldn't have known about testicular cancer.
And the thing is with cancer, like sorry if this triggers anyone. I know someone is in here that's got a family member that's not well at all at the minute, so I apologise if it triggers you. With cancer, you don't feel the pain.
You
Like
don't. You don't even know you've got it.
till it's too late.
Yeah.
But if you've ever got a gut feeling, or anyone in here, that you think something's not right, because there's only females in here, if you don't think something's right with your breasts or anywhere, like get it checked out. Don't leave it.
Yeah,
Even
definitely.
it's silly. My mum just got one checked. Luckily, she was all right, but
Yeah.
always off.
But cancer is a silent killer as well because, like
Mm,
you just said, it's not painful. People don't know they've got it,
no, yeah, hundred
and
percent.
then it won't go away. So you
No,
need to get it sorted because it will just spread.
mm. And that's
I
what
mean,
it.
he had
Well, yeah,
testicular.
he got his checked and it spread, but maybe it didn't spread with him. Maybe he just got it in all these different places. That's all
Well,
cancer four
well, I
times.
don't know because testicular cancer, right? And then it was an MRI that picked up his penile. Well, that's the same area, isn't it? So I don't know if it spread there. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's it. It might have done. Someone just said on here, my wee mummy had mouth cancer. Her stupid doctor prescribed antibiotics for gum infection 3 times, even though it was mouth cancer. Mouth cancer is also a silent killer if you smoke or
It is.
I'm
It
high
is.
risk.
My friend that I went to school with, her husband, he had throat cancer. He didn't know he'd got it. He
Mm.
died, and then they found out he'd got throat cancer. And he didn't even know. So
These doctors, they train, they go to uni. They don't know shit, mate.
they don't.
Like they
They
told me,
don't, honestly.
took Kobe to hospital once. Sorry to talk about like baby. It's obviously about Trace, but just example. Took Kobe to the hospital. He had congenital pneumonia and sepsis when he was born. He was really unwell. Literally touch and go for 2 days with him, like breathing machines and everything. And obviously, I got chat back. I was fucking sent back to prison then. Um. Anyways, he had pneumonia. Blah blah blah. One day I was in the house and he couldn't. He was breathing, but this was going like that. It was called a tug. So every time he
Yeah,
breathed, it would like suck in. So I went and they went, oh no, yeah, blah blah blah. And then they went, oh no, it's pneumonia. I went, what? I said, we haven't been out of the house. Like, I keep him warm, I keep him clothed. An hour later, she come back. Oh no, sorry, that's just a scar from the old one. How do you not know the difference between a scar and proper pneumonia? They don't know shit, mate. And I
no,
don't.
they don't.
They're not in a bad way because I've got nothing against foreigners, but they're all foreigners and they just want to shush you out. You get 5 minutes when they shush you out. Do you know what I mean? Right. Let me
Yeah.
just use a minute. Um, Sam said she ended up having to have half her jawbone moved. Wow. And reconstructed using bone tissue and muscle from different parts of her body. She lived over 20 years more. I'm so happy she lived like 20 years, but that is really bad for the doctor to give antibiotics when it's clearly fucking cancer. I'm so sorry you went through that.
Well, he had to have part of his penis removed, but they did say if he wanted to have a reconstruction, which he's not going to, they were going to take stuff out of his mouth. I don't
Wow.
know how they're going to do it, but it's the same sort of tissue in your
No,
mouth that they
that's
could
not.
have done it. But
It's not.
he said no because it would change the way he looks and it will just change everything for the worse. You don't
Suppose,
know if it'll take, might not take. He
mm,
just said leave it as it is.
and I suppose he lost a bit of his penis anyway, so just
Yeah,
leave it how it is. Like,
well,
do
that's it.
you know, you are not one of them women that would say, "Oh fucking hell, you haven't got half a penis now. Like you're finished." Because a lot of women would do that because
That's
they're all
what the
about,
doctor said.
how.
Doctor said that.
So it's amazing that you stayed with him.
Well, that's what he said. The doctor says, "Is your wife still with you?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, that's a first." He said, "Everyone that comes in here that has cancer down below, their wife leaves them." And I
Oh,
said, "Well, I'm not that sort of person. I
same
married him for who he is, not what he's
thing,
got."
100%. If my wife, if I ever get married, not that I will, but my partner, say my missus, if she had anything down there and it had to be reconstructed from cancer and it looked horrible, I wouldn't dump her. I'd say like I'm here for you. Do you know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah, well, that's it. You're there for that person, not what they've got or what they haven't got.
exactly. Um,
We just stay together and that's it.
No, 100%. Going back to doctors don't know what they're chatting about. Vic said it's like some prison officers who've been through uni. They don't have the life experience to do the job well. Just a piece of paper, 100%, babe. And Samantha, that's why they don't like me. With a man, with a man, I think it is worse than even a man. I don't know what that says. Oh, hysterectomy.
Yeah,
But yeah, 100%. Because with the hysterectomy, you can't
yeah.
see it's inside. With that, you can see, especially his own demons. Love is love. Yeah, 100%. Oh, you're all really
It
fine.
is like a men's hysterectomy, isn't it? It's like a men's hysterectomy.
Mm. But the difference is, women's you can't see it; it's inside.
Yeah,
A woman removed, didn't we? With a man, it's like clearly there.
yeah, yeah.
But if you got to, your results come back, so let me know and I'll give an update so everyone
I
knows that
will do. Yeah. Last Tuesday, I had his MRI. So yeah, we'll because he should have had it before,
Mm.
but we got COVID when
Oh,
we should have had his MRI, so they cancelled it, and he had it last week. So yeah, I'll let you know definitely.
Lucy, I agree, Samantha. Sam said, "It sounds like you two now have the amazing life you totally deserve, and true love is sickness and in health, 100%."
Yeah, we do. I mean, we do have an amazing life now.
Oh, Jenny, did you, oh, Jenny had to have a hysterectomy. Oh, because
God
of her,
bless.
yeah, because of her. We'll touch on that when Jen does her interview.
Yeah,
That's a that'd be quite a deep one. So I
yeah.
watched that one. Yeah, that Jen, I'm sorry to hear, babes. Tracy, you are an inspiration. Life is so hard at times. She is an inspiration. She's got through everything as a kid. She's stuck by
Mm.
and seen so much shit, and she's always got a smile on her face.
I have, yeah.
Mm. And
But
lots of
yeah, you've got to. You can't let things get you down. Because
no,
once you start doing that, you're giving up.
no,
And you
100,
just can't give up on life. You can't do it. But
no,
I will say, the counselling I had at the time, I thought this is absolutely pointless.
mm,
But because I had to go to the um, Caledon Centre, which is for mental, where people go in,
yeah,
because it was there, I weren't allowed to miss any, weren't allowed to miss no appointments, and you had to go every week. And I did go, and I thought to myself a few times, this is bloody pointless. There's no point being here because
no,
it's like being at school. They give you a book and you have to write things down and that and send pictures when you were younger and all this. And I thought, what's the point? But
no,
in the end, it
uh,
really did help. And there was a group of us, there's about six, none of us knew what we were there for. So we
mm,
weren't allowed to talk about it. So I didn't know what the next person to me, what she was there for. Could have been abuse, could have been anything.
yeah,
I don't know. But nobody knew.
bless.
But it was worth it in the end. So anyone that's having counselling, bear with it because it does work.
I've had it. It definitely does. Vic, I'll watch this later once it's been missed the beginning. Oh, we're finished now anyway, near enough.
Yeah.
Um, Catch up though. There's part 1 and 2. You are beautiful inside and out, Trace. Lisa, beautiful soul. Samantha, me too. I'm a rubbish friend slash admin. You are. No, joking. I love you. But yeah, I think everyone's asked everything they wanted to know. They've given you so many compliments. I appreciate everyone being
And
respectful.
if you haven't seen part one, do watch it because there's
That
a lot of
yeah,
mental health in that one.
that's how you wouldn't believe she just turned like the way she lives now from what she went through. It's mad. So
I'm
yeah,
surprised. I'm surprised I am the way I am.
no, Sam, she's not a rubbish friend. She's not. She's not. Um, but yeah, Trace, thank you so much for coming on, babe. And I really,
Okay, thank you for having me.
um, yeah, you are an inspiration. Like you've got through so much shit. And yeah, I love you.
Thank you for having me on.
No worries. Sorry, I've got a really bad tooth today. Chase, I promise I'll watch it next. Yeah. Yeah, guys, just catch up on part 1. This one, I've got to put this as public because the last one, I was like, why can't anyone watch it? I went, oh yeah, it's private. So I'll make sure this one's public. No, 100%. It's lovely to put a face to the name and see Tracy in 4D.
Mm.
My goosebumps have goosebumps. Why have you got goosebumps? Thank you, Ginger and Tracy. You're both an inspiration. Are you all inspirations
Thank
too?
you.
Amazing.
It's to get it out in the open and to tell people that when you think of the cancer, you think, oh God, cancer, it's bad. It's not.
Mm,
And chemotherapy, oh, we heard loads of horror stories about it. But actually, all they do is they put a cannula in your arm and they put a drip with the stuff in, and that's it. You just sit in a chair with
mm.
this cannula. And so it's not as bad as you think.
No, yeah.
He was there for about an hour with
Oh,
this drip,
oh, is
and that
that?
was it.
Oh,
And that was
I think
chemotherapy.
I think it used to be a lot harsher back in the day than what it is now. Or a
Yeah.
couple. So
Medicals move so quick and so fast that all it is so if you're not scared of needles, all it is a cannula in your arm. and a drip. Oh, I don't like needles. And a drip, and you can have people there with you. I went in the chemotherapy room with him, so you can have that, and it's not as bad as.
Support. Yeah, at least you can have the support there.
So if people are worried about chemotherapy,
Uh,
don't be, because that's all it is. You sit in a chair, and that's it.
no, yeah, and always check yourself, ladies. And if there is any men in
I
here,
know. And if you've got husbands or boyfriends or fiancés, get them to check themselves, because it is important.
um, talking about things really does help. I've learned that. Sam, babe, loved you for striking a chord. Bless him. Was it Sam to that? Yeah. He's bless him. He sounds like a real gentleman. Please send him much love and positive thoughts. I
Thank you.
find it hard to trust. I think everyone finds it hard to trust. It's horrible. Hence why I was lesbian. But yeah, guys, I think that's it for today. But I appreciate everyone that's come on, everyone that's, all the comments for Trace. Bigger her up basically because she's an amazing person, and I'll be meeting her in person soon, hopefully.
Yes,
Uh,
hopefully.
but yeah, I think that's it for today. But I've just got to say one thing: if anyone is on, pop over to my TikTok tomorrow, 9 o'clock tomorrow, for a triple tap. Do it. Um, I think that's it today. I'm glad you
Nine
came.
o'clock tomorrow on TikTok, isn't it?
Ah,
9 o'clock tomorrow on TikTok.
yeah, agency battle. I'm not in the team, but it does.
Go
It cheers
over and
me up.
go over and tap, because it doesn't cost nothing to tap.
No, it's. Do you know what TikTok is? Sometimes I can't fucking stand TikTok, but it's
I
therapy.
know.
I talk to people. If I don't talk to people, my mental health goes. I'm constantly on my phone. That's why I like doing this, because even hearing other people's stories, it helps me think.
Yeah,
Oh, you
exactly.
know, people have been through worse and they've got through it. Fucking everyone can. Do you know what I mean? I'll be watching Trump don't have TikTok. Trump, he's a fucking dick, man. I'm glad he got shot. Um,
Mm.
paid someone for it anyway. Thank you so much, Ginger. So much respect for you both. Listen, much respect to every single one of you in here. But yeah, I think that's it for today. But Ginger,
Thank you. I think you're going to do very well on this, actually. I think you're
I
going
hope,
to do really well.
I hope so. I've obviously had my meds today. I didn't have them on detox, and I've had them today, so I'm a little bit like thingy. So I do apologise about that. They're kicking in right about now. But they're my anxiety meds. I have to take them. But yeah, Trace, I love you lots, and
Thank
whoever,
you.
don't know how to get someone to message me on YouTube. I'm not too sure.
On Lee's stabbing, I have got a link, but I don't know where, if you can put it on here, a link of it or something. But
I
if
don't.
they wanted to know,
If you send me the link, I'll try and put it on under my
yeah.
short. I'll put it on a short video.
If not, if anybody wants to see it, it was in a paper. Ginger will have the link, and I'll have the link. If you want it, message either of us, and
Yeah.
we'll pass it on.
No, yeah, for
It
definitely.
is an interesting read. It's very interesting.
I'll put it on every live that I do. Yeah, I can do a community post with it, can't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. I'll just do a post with the link and I'll put it underneath, right?
Mm.
I love all these emojis, guys. Cheering me up. Love the emojis. Woo! With my fat self.
You're not fat.
Called me fat on TikTok yesterday. They said, I think you might want to stop eating, love. I said, I think you might want to shut your fucking mouth, mate, with your
Yeah,
small.
well, yeah, definitely.
But listen,
So,
guys,
yeah.
much love to you all.
And you,
And
thank you everybody for coming in. Appreciate it.
you,
You've heard my life story now.
with your meds and that, babe. But everyone will pull through. But yeah, that's it for tonight because Kobe's dancing away up there. He's got out of his cot. I can hear him on the ceiling. Um, I know. I'm a good cuddler. People love to cuddle me. I love a spoon. But yeah, probably do another one next week, guys. But I'll let you know about Tracy's husband's results when she gets them back. I'll do a little short, and that's when I'll put the link in about his stabbing. But hopefully, I think I'm going to do a live with Jen. I'm actually going up there on the 9th of August. So I might even do a face to face sat there with her.
Yeah, you might be better to do that
Yeah,
the
100%.
way Jen is.
I'll speak to Jen, see when she wants to do it. And much respect to you all. I'm going to log off now, guys, but speak to you all soon. Thank you, Trey.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, guys.